Okay, this next section we're going to start talking about something that's unique to circles, and these are arcs. Okay, there's two things that you can measure on an arc. There's arc measure, which is just the degrees, or you can also measure the length. So an arc is just a piece of the circle, right? And we measure it the same way we measure angles because they're directly related to the angle that intercepts the arc. Okay, so it's the number of degrees that a piece of the circle measures. That's arc measure. The arc measure is the same as the measure of the central angle that encloses it. And circles have a total of 360 degrees. So if we're looking at this circle here, this angle here, this 120 degree angle, intercepts the circle in 2 points. And between those 2 points, there's an arc. That arc is also 120 degrees. As long as the angle is central, okay, so that means the angle has to be at the center. If it's not the center, this is not a true relationship, but this one is at the center, so whatever that angle measures, that's the same as the measure of an arc. It should make sense because when we talk about angles, we put this little symbol on there, we say that's 120 degrees. Well, if I just keep making those bigger and bigger, eventually I get to this, and that's a 120 degree arc. Okay? The other thing we do, so we can measure these in degrees. We can also measure just the straight length of this curved line, okay? And that's arc length. So that's the distance measure of an arc, okay? Arc length is proportional to the arc measure, which means, so in this example, I've got 120 degrees of the full 360 degrees of my circle. That means this length, okay, we'll call it A. A should be the same ratio that I get here of the full length around the circle. Length around the circle is circumference. Okay, which is 2 pi r. So if I want to find out how long this is, I would take 120 over 360, which is 1/3, and set up a proportion with A over 2 pi r. Well, let's just quick see what 2 pi r is. Hold on, I'll bring up the good calculator. Okay. So 2 pi times our radius. Our radius is 2. This would be the circumference of the whole circle. So I'm going to put that on the bottom, 12.57. And if I cross multiply here, I'll get how long just this piece of the arc is. So 1 times 12.57 is that. That would equal 3a, so I divide this by 3. So 4.19. Okay, so this arc length, that's 4.19. You know, if this is centimeters, this is centimeters. Okay. So that's how you find arc length. There's different types of arcs. There's a minor arc, a major arc, and a semicircle. And these are just related to how much of the circle it's taking up. Okay, so if it's taking up less than half the circle, it's a minor arc. So these are arcs that are between 0 and 180 degrees. Okay. Major arcs takes up more than half the circle. So these are anywhere from 180 degrees to 360 degrees. In a semicircle, okay, semi means half, is exactly half the circle. So this is a 180 degree arc. Now the way you name these minor arcs, you only need 2 points. It's the 2 points that contain the minor arc. So if I want to talk about this arc, okay, this one, I can just say this is arc BC, and the way we name it is we put a little arc symbol on the top. It's kind of like a hat. Okay, so arc BC. If I wanted to talk about a major arc, so something that takes up more than half the circle, so maybe I wanted to talk about this arc. Okay? I need to use 3 letters because if I only use 2, say, okay, this one starts at B and ends at C. But if I just say BC, I'm talking about this arc. Okay? That's the minor arc. So if I want to talk about the big one, I need to use 3 letters. I need an intermediate letter here. I need to say arc B, A, C with a hat. If I want to talk about a semicircle, I just need 2 letters for that because it's, no, actually I need 3 because there's 2 half circles on here. I could be talking about this green one, or I could be talking about, oh, what color haven't I used? We'll use something crazier. Or I could be talking about this one. Okay? So the green one would be ABC. The crazy one, I would need another letter up here, so we could say it's, we'll put a D up there, and then that would be arc A, B, C. Okay? So only minor arcs can get away with 2 letters, all the other ones need 3. All right, and that's pretty much all you need for section 2.